on the stove. It's the light in your eyes that makes him warm. Sing again. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. There's all the news tell him, honey, how do you spend your time? Tell me what's the latest thing the neighbors say. And your mother called last Friday, and sunshine made her cry. Felt the baby move just yesterday. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Yes, dear. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. Oh, the time that I can lay this tired old body down, feel your fingers feather soft upon me. The kisses that I live for, the love that lights my way, the happiness that living with you brings me. Sweetest thing I know of, just spending time with you. It's the little things that make a house a home. Like a fire softly burning, supper on the stove. The light in your eyes keeps me warm. Hey, sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. I said, hey, it's good to be back home again.
With us in Chicago, I'm pleased to call your attention to this, his latest album titled, I Want to Live. And so I'm sure you'll take advantage of that. Yes, who didn't I get to? Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to know what you think about solar energy as a future energy source for the United States.
I think that solar energy is really there where we can start making use of it on a broad level. You know, so far it's been kind of expensive to get operating and not really efficient, and things are improving rapidly, and I think it's going to be one of the primary sources, if not the primary source, of all of our energy in the near future. Yes, ma'am. I mean, there's no comparison.
I've seen you on Johnny Carson so many times, and you seem like you really enjoy it. Phil, your mic is off.
Oh, excuse me, I'm losing my mic here. All right, let's try it again.
Okay. I've seen
A minute.
1, 2, 3.
How quickly, eh?
Okay. I've seen you a number of times on Johnny Carson Tonight Show, and you seem like you enjoy doing that program really well, and you're so at ease at that. I was just wondering how you really do like in doing that.
Well, it is. It's a lot of fun, and I do enjoy doing it. I wouldn't want to do it every night, but on those occasions when I've been on, I've been lucky enough to be able to garner a good group of guests, and it's a very exciting show to do. You know, it's like this. You're doing it live, and it goes so fast, you never have a chance to say, oh, golly, I shouldn't do that, or I've got to think about this up here. You've got to be right here, right now, constantly, and it's very exciting.
So I have two questions, if I may. One, John, when you were in college, were you as committed to the ecology as you are now?
I don't think that I had the commitment because I didn't know that it was going on. You know, if you look back, our whole sense of the environment and ecology is only about 15 years old.
Right.
And it's about that long ago that I was in college. And so, although I was still very much a man of the country and of the mountains, that wasn't so reflected in what I was doing. I didn't know enough then.
Right. We weren't as aware, as you said. Also, what situations do you find most conducive to your songwriting? When you're in Colorado or just anywhere?
The thing that happens for me is like, you know, the songs come. I mentioned this story in regard to Calypso. I was on board the Calypso with Captain Cousteau for about 5 days when we did a special together. And I wanted so much to write a song about the Calypso. And the day that I boarded the boat, that afternoon, walking around the deck, I had the chorus to that song in the time that it takes. I, Calypso, the places you've been to, the things that you've shown us, the stories you tell. I mean, it came out just like that, and I thought, oh, boy. And then I could not write the verses to the song. I could not get it done, and I had about a month before we finished the television show to get it done for the television show. It didn't happen. And then I had about 3 weeks before we were going to go on a concert tour, and I wanted to get it done for the concert tour, and I wanted to have it for an album that we were going to do. And I couldn't get it. I just couldn't get it. And I struggled. There was so much effort involved. It was ridiculous. One day I just threw it all down, said, obviously it's not going to come. I'm not ready. And I went out to go skiing. I made about 2 runs in the mountain, and all of a sudden I had to think, I've got to get home and be with that song again. And I got in my Jeep, and in the time it takes to drive from the mountain to my home, which is less than 20 minutes, I wrote the song. So, and I would like to relate this to that thing I said earlier. I want you to know that I really don't own these songs. They're your songs. And my real experience of what happens is that when myself, my ego, when I get out of the way, the songs come. If there's something on my mind that kind of keys it, then the rest of it will come. I just have to get out of the way. And my sense of it is that those songs, it's out there, and it does come from all of you, and I'm blessed in my life to be able to be the one once in a while to write it down or to sing it back for you. That's really how it happens.
Okay. May I just comment on your new look? I love your hairdo.
My new look? Thank you.
Was Annie instrumental in having you change it, or did you just change it?
No, I just did that. I've been wearing my hair, what do they call that? I don't know what they call it, anything, I never combed it, and I never cut it. It was about as simple as that. And one of the things that's going on for me is that, the way I looked started to be very boyish when I don't feel very boyish anymore. And I feel like I'm a young man now, and I want to present myself properly in that regard. And so this is how I feel. I'm glad that you like it. Thank you.
Are you working on any new specials now?
Yes, I was just in Los Angeles the month of October, and we recorded a new album, which will be out in January, I guess, and we did a television show, which is called John Denver and the Ladies. Ooh, and my guests are Valerie Harper, who is a wonderful, wonderful human being, aside from being just incredibly talented. Valerie Harper, Cheryl Teague, Cheryl Ladd, Irma Bombeck, and Tina Turner. And it is dynamite.